Morning, everybody. It's your girl Gina here in our kitchen. And today we are going to be cooking Big Bird, aka the turkey. However, it's the day after Thanksgiving because Thanksgiving Day I had the stomach flu. So I was not in any shape yesterday morning after being up all night to cook a turkey. So I had to postpone. So, things that we've already done. This has been washed and dried and all that good stuff. Taken care of. We've got the bag here of stuff, and my hands have been washed to stuff the turkey with. It's got apples, oranges, garlic, onions, celery, carrots, all the good stuff. Put in there and make it taste good. We've also got half a stick of butter. And in this bowl we have salt, pepper, and sage. Nothing out of the ordinary. Normal household spices, and if you do not have sage, you can just use salt and pepper. That always works too. I have still got the little entie on the turkey's legs. That way I don't have to baste this bugger together. First thing I always do, or I try to remember to do, sometimes I don't. So I take the turkey and I tuck the wings up under there. So it's just a matter of taking the wing and tucking it behind the breast. It's supposed to make it look prettier and all that good stuff. So, next, we're going to get the butter. And I always butter this little thing up because it makes the skin look prettier. Also, before you do this, get your foil ready. That way, you're not having to deal with this, you know, when your hands are all disgusting and all that good stuff. Have your bleach ready or cleaner, antibacterial, antimicrobial cleaner to clean your sink with, because Big Bird was in my sink. I had to wash him off in the sink. I've got my trash can right there, y'all. And I'm just going to take this butter and I'm just going to try to butter the skin up so that it'll brown nicely and look pretty at the end. Plus, it tastes better. And honestly, this isn't that hard if it's nicely washed and dried. And the butter's been sitting out overnight, so it's fairly well softened up and stuff. Get down in its creases. It's kind of like putting lotion in the creases of your skin. I'm just going to say that, you know, like down around certain areas and under your arms and stuff like that. Anyway, like I said, just kind of get in the crease really well as much as you can. Hope y'all that are in the U.S. had a really good Thanksgiving. Wish mine had been better, but could be worse. Could have woke up dead yesterday. So, the fact I woke up at all yesterday or today is a good thing. And I am kind of trying to see what I'm doing here. Sometimes when you're doing this for a show or an episode or an upload or whatever, sometimes it's easier to watch yourself in the viewfinder to actually see what you're doing, and sometimes it's just not. It just happens sometimes, y'all. And I have this down in one of these disposable pans. Just because it's easier, less dishes. I'm very tired still because I was sick. I'm going to put a little bit of butter up Big Bird's hiney. Because we've got plenty all over the top. Next thing I'm going to do, since I've been buttering this bird, I'm going to wash my hands again so I can put everything else in. It's hard to do when your hands are greasy. And use hot water, y'all. It's easier to do a little cleaning than... And I'd rather wash a little extra hand towel than have germs. And I can clean my sink area and stuff, no problem. And this year I don't feel like separating the skin from the breast. I just don't, y'all. It's just how it is. And just kind of sprinkle your salt and your pepper and your sage mix onto the bird, because if you don't put a little something on there, at least salt, it's a little bit bland. Or you can use salt substitute for those of y'all that can't have salt. Salt substitute. There's a little bit of this salt solution that they put in these birds as a preservative, I think. And Gina doesn't do a presentation type bird at all. I slice mine and put it on the platter before I ever go out with it, because it's just easier that way. Just telling y'all things that I've learned. I suppose I've been cooking turkeys for a long, long time. So, now we're going to just stuff the turkey. So, I still have the legs all trussed up here, y'all. This will make the turkey moist. It'll make it taste better. You don't have to put stuff up in there, really. It's not like it's a big deal if you don't. This was just like, I think 2 apples, 1 orange. Yeah. And I do try to go all the way back in there when I'm putting this stuff in there. Sometimes this does take a minute. You got to work with the bird's anatomy here, y'all. You can also go here under the neck and work stuff in this way. Maybe, there we go. I do have the little leaves from my celery and stuff. These are the end pieces of celery that I use to make my dressing. That kind of deal. So I just save the ends and put the ends in there. That kind of deal. You know, nothing extravagant. I do try to use what we've got. And the rest of this can be put in the tray, because we're going to cover this with foil. And when you cover it with the foil, it helps get the flavor in the bird. Plus, it helps keep it moist, y'all. So, that's what we're trying to do. Just keep the thing moist and give it some flavor. Alright, this can go in the trash as well. If I hadn't been touching turkey, I would have washed the bag out and reused it. I am like that. I'm cheap. And then, just so you see, you want to completely tuck this in. Just so you see, it's on there nice and tight. Now, that is overlapped enough in the center, y'all. I know some of y'all would be like, I twist that down together. Good. That worked for y'all. Y'all know I'm just here to give tips, not be a pro chef. Just so y'all can see, that's on there tight. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wash my hands again before I put this in. My oven is at 350 degrees, y'all. I always cook my turkeys at 350. Always. And that's in Fahrenheit. It's around 172 or something Celsius, somewhere in that ballpark. Because I know not everyone that watches is in the U.S. Some of them, people are in Canada. Some people are in UK, Germany, other places, Australia. So for those of you who are not in the U.S., I will, if I can remember, I will put the exact temperature, but it's somewhere in the 170, 175 Celsius range. So I'm going to pop this in, 350 degrees. This is a 14.5-pound bird. This bird is going to, it's almost 8:30 in the morning. This bird is not going to come out of the oven before 1:30 at the earliest. Possibly like 2:30. I will let y'all know when I've got that done. But, and yes, I'm wearing my Christmas pajama top because it's cold. I live in New York. It's cold. Go figure. Who would have thought? But anyway, this is going to go in the oven. Like I said, everything, all the vegetables and stuff, they'll steam in there. They'll give the stuff flavor. I will see y'all in a bit when this turkey is getting to the point where it's almost done, or more or less when it is done. If I have to pull it out, now I will pull it out and take the foil off about 30 minutes to an hour ahead of time. If I can remember, I will try to bring it out and show y'all when I do that so you can see what it's looking like. I will see y'all in a little bit. At the very least, I'll take a picture of Big Bird when Big Bird is done so y'all can see what it looks like. Okay, y'all, my turkey is now out of the oven. It is completely cooked. As you see, I left this on. That held the legs in place. If not, those things would literally be about falling off at this point. It is that well done. The pop-up timer popped up probably quite a long time ago. But as you see, you can definitely see the breastbone right there. Once you can start seeing that real clear, like as you see, mine is crystal clear. As far as being able to see that and know that that's the breastbone, that's my indicator that it's good and done for us. I then basted, like I said, you can see that there is broth all the way around. So I'm just going to baste it every little bit. I don't want to like make my crispy skin get too moist, but you know, we'll try to keep it basted here a little bit while everything else is cooking. I'm going to let that sit there and rest for at least a good hour. I don't want it to be cut off the bone and get dry. Anyway, I am going to, it took about as much as I said, about 5 hours. I always cook mine longer than they tell you to because I want my turkey all the way done, and I don't want it to be real chewy. I want to make sure that we've got all the good flavor in there, plus I want to make sure it's safe to eat, y'all. I think they say the breast needs to be 160, 165, and in the joint here between the breast and the thigh, it needs to be 180 degrees. That was what I heard anyway, and that's in Fahrenheit. That's what I was hearing on some of the stuff that I watched. As you see, we've still got the celery. There are my orange, my pieces of orange down in there. So they smell really good. The first thing I could smell was my garlic down in there. Then I started smelling the orange, which means that this should be a fairly good tasting turkey, as we have kept it, you know, put stuff in there and make it taste good. Also, I only uncovered it for about the last hour that it was cooking because I do like my skin nice, crispy, and dark. That's just me. If you do not care if your skin is nice and dark like mine, then you don't have to uncover it. Leave it covered. It'll be fine. You know, no big deal. We all cook the way that we like, and that's the good thing about cooking. My husband's talking to my little kitty cat right now. Kitty cat will be getting some turkey. I did not put anything under the skin, so he's fine to have that. I've got him some sweet potato. They put that in cat food all the time, the turkey and the sweet potato, so it should be fine to give him some. Anyway, I will see y'all in the next video. If you haven't already, consider clicking like, subscribe, leave me a comment in the comment section. I looked at my analytics. It looks like about 70% of y'all aren't subscribed. I'd like to possibly get y'all to subscribe, but I'll see you in the next video, and happy holidays, everyone. Bye-bye.